Okay, go ahead. I'll come. Okay, you guys gave me the last correct answer. And actually, just to run through this, here it is. And just as Henry had said for most of that, I believe that was, okay, that wasn't what it was. Okay. Anyway, all right, pick me another category.
Chapter 12, executive for 2 points. Actually,
the last group that gave me the correct answer, pick me a category.
Legislature 2 points.
Legislature for 2. We've got another Pictionary. Who's drawing? Oh, baby. This is a fun one. That's what we need.
Wow.
Okay, starting on the 9. Go ahead.
This is inappropriate. Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, you guys have it, so you can start guessing at any point. Oh my God!
Oh, I know what it is.
We're after them.
You guys have it. You guys have it next. Got about 40 seconds. Oh my God! Well, no, you can't. We can't put words up there. Shame on you.
Elimination.
Oh, wait, that's something you say as part of that.
Yeah, but they didn't say it.
She said spanking child.
I'm looking for spank. Well, no, wait a minute. I can't say that on camera. Okay, spanking is the word, the term. Yeah, so give them +2 on this one. Explain to me the spanking privilege. I mean, the spanking policy.
Is that rule that woman's liver when in the past?
Where?
California.
In California. Give them +2 for this. +2 Lieber, so make it +4 actually. Introduced a law that did what, Raisa?
Pretty much, this woman wanted to make hitting illegal for parents, hitting their kids.
Hitting their kids. What kind of kids?
The babies, toddlers.
Babies and toddlers. Okay, she gave me 2 and then she got it wrong. I believe y'all had it next, so explain it to me. What kind of kids?
It only applies to
2 and younger.
What's that?
Hitting over toddlers.
Ages 2 and younger.
No.
-2. You've got it, Henry.
It's 4 and younger. Ages 4
Yeah,
and younger.
she totally just did that. Yeah, she
It's,
did.
ages 4 and younger.
Ages 4 and younger are prevented from spanking. Give them +2 on this. What else could you tell me about this?
It never was passed because it's impossible to enforce because you can't define spanking. And Arnold Schwarzenegger says he agreed, but he also said the same thing, that you can't enforce it.
+2. It's difficult to define spanking. Go ahead.
It was the original draft was punishable for 1 year in prison, and you would have to pay $1,000 fine.
Okay, it was considered a misdemeanor, punishable with up to 1 year in prison, and indeed the fine. Give them +6 for that. Anything else?
The actual name of the article was California Screams No Spanking.
-2. I don't need to know the name of the article. All right. Any other hands? Okay. Give me an idea of what the scores are right now. Oh, he already got it wrong. Yeah, he ruined it. He totally did. Okay, what are the scores? Pick me a category while he's figuring.
Executive for 5.
Executive for 5. List all you can. Youngstown versus Sawyer. First hand I see has got it next after this group. You've got it next. Go ahead. Tell me about Youngstown. 5.
Youngstown.
What's that?
Korean.
During the Korean War. Okay.
Truman.
What did Truman do?
He gave the executive order.
He did, thanks to Allie. He issued an executive order. Go ahead.
After the Youngstown steel strike.
Okay, and did what with this order?
Forced the workers to go back to work.
Force the workers to go back to work. Give them +5 right now. Tell me more.
It was a violation of private property, we said.
A violation of private property.
There was also
Why did he actually attempt to force these? What was it called when he did this? 5, 4.
He used the commander-in-chief power and said.
What did he literally do? You said he forced them back to work.
involuntary service.
3,
Involuntary service.
2,
Or
1. -5. It's not an enemy combatant. Your group's got it. You're next, Raisa. Go ahead. I saw Billy's hand. What did Truman literally do when he forced those people back to work? He did something. It was called a what? Anybody in your group?
He forced them to work against their will.
He did, but what else did he do? There was one thing that was really bad about this. What did Truman literally do with that? Go ahead.
He made them stop their strike to go back to work.
Yeah, that's true. That's already been said, though. I'm giving you some leeway. 5, 4, 3,
-5.
2.
Payment or stock options?
-5. Go ahead, Teddy.
He actually took possession of the steel.
He did. He seized the steel mill with this executive order. Who said that he seized it?
Nobody said that.
Did anybody say that, Clarence?
No.
No, nobody said that. He did seize it. +5 for that group. Now, you guys have got a lot of play here. Run with this. What happened?
One of the major issues with that was that the owner has property rights to that, and it's his company and his profits that come from that.
We
The
said
government's
that.
taken over it, and by seizing it, they're saying that we can do this better than you, but the owner of it has had the experience and he can do better than the government.
Youngstown is actually the party that's suing because he wants his company back. I'll give you +5 on that. So you got that issue. They mentioned the involuntary servitude issue, which is absolutely right. And they got points in reference to that. Anything else that comes up? What was the importance of this issue for the court? What did they define, Teddy's group? Anybody? Because there were two big things that came out of this. 5,
They went on strike in the middle of the war.
4,
Well, they were limiting the, the other thing is that the
3,
the executive orders of the government, of the president has more impact
2.
outside of the borders as opposed to inside.
executive, was it executive orders or something else?
Um,
4, 3, 2,
Oh, it was
1.
Commander-in-Chief power.
Commander-in-Chief power, that's the provision, +5. Commander-in-Chief power is supposed to be used outside of the borders for it to be applicable. If it's used inside of the borders, then it's problematic. What was the other big thing that came out of Youngstown? 5.
If they were working in line with Congress, their power is at its highest when they're working in the
When the president and Congress align,
Yeah.
presidential authority as commander-in-chief will be at its highest, and they will defer to the elected
Yeah.
branches. +5, tell me more.
And then the second rank is when the president is acting alone, but it's not in violation of anything, and not within, and Congress is basically silent.
Okay.
Then they're not going to go against the president unless it's unconstitutional, but they're going to basically defer judgment to the president.
When the Congress is silent, the president still has significant powers to act as commander-in-chief. +5, tell me more.
The third case is when the president is working completely against Congress, when Congress has said something is wrong or it's unconstitutional, and that's when the president's power is at its lowest.
At its lowest ebb, +5. And what did they rule in this particular case? Which category did it fall? 4, 3, 2,
Like 12.
1. First hand I see. Go ahead, Henry.
Can you say the question again?
Which category did they say it fell in? 4, 3, 2.
The second one.
The second one, they said when it was silenced. -5. Go ahead, Billy's group. I saw a hand. What category did it fall in? Was it when presidential authority was at its highest or when it was at its lowest? Al, you can speak. Your group's got it. You said this was when president was at its highest. -5. First hand I see. Pierce. What category did it fall in? It fell in the lowest. +5. Why?
Because it was working against Congress.
Why?
Uh,
There was something specific that was in reference to this case. What did Congress try and do? 4, 3, 2, anybody? 1. Go ahead.
They were specifically proposing an amendment that would grant this power to the president to seize companies and public properties for this purpose.
And the amendment
Struck it
was defeated. Absolutely. Give them +5 for Petzmeyer's
Yeah,
group.
Meister.
Yeah, +5 for them. Okay, indeed, that's exactly what it was. So in this instance, they actually held that the president was at its lowest ebb. They struck this down even though he was working to defend the troops by continuing the production of steel. Youngstown, if you remember, produced 40%. Go ahead, Laura. Did you have something? Go ahead, Laura. Did you have something? Go ahead, Laura. Did you have
I
something?
don't know if they mentioned the Taft-Hartley Labor Act.
Yeah, what's the Taft-Hartley Labor Act? Give them +5 for that. Give them +5.
And it has a definition. It says that it gives the president the rights to force people to labor. To work.
That's been said, but I'll give you the points on the first one. Pick me the next category since you gave me the last correct answer. What was that last one? Executive for 5?
I think so.
I believe it was. Laura, pick me one.
Articles for 4.
Articles for 4. Emoluments clause. First hand I see. The emoluments clause. I think Calvin had that the other day.
Oh, is it the one with the convicted act?
The one with the convicted what?
Oh, Atkins, isn't it?
With Atkins? -5. Take that off. What's the emoluments clause? Other 3 groups. First hand I see. 5, 4, 3. Hillary Clinton.